Welcome to SWANK, the show that brings you the wonderful, wacky, and sometimes tacky designs from the period known as mid-century modern. From glass homes to mobile homes, jet age to space age, Bauhaus to your house, this is SWANK. Mid-century modern is everywhere today. Movies, TV commercials, magazines, because it's timeless, it's cool, and it's affordable. We're going to show you what it is, where it is, and how to get it. Hi, I'm Billy Freed, and today on SWANK we're coming to you from Design Within Reach, a store that specializes in reproductions of fabulous mid-century furniture and hot new designs. On today's show, we're going to go treasure hunting at the Long Beach Flea Market, and we're going to visit the very first modern home, Rudolph Schindler's Los Angeles residence. But first, we're going to meet an artist whose work is infused with fabulous 50s furniture and space-age bachelor pad swankitude. Shag. Shag's vibrant fusion of mid-century imagery and mythology has spawned a hip, contemporary style that is raging across America. His designs have been licensed on over 200 products. On SWANK, we'll meet the people who created and are evangelizing this classic, only in America movement.
I got into this sort of 50s furniture, tiki, space-age bachelor stuff back in the 80s from my love of old record covers, and a lot of the covers depicted this sort of mythical lifestyle that I was really attracted to.
Let's talk about tiki for a second.
The thing that drew me to tiki, first of all, was its association with drinking and escapism. The idea that when they built these original tropical bars, these Polynesian restaurants, you know, the man in the gray flannel suit would come home on Friday evening, he'd put on his tropical shirt and he'd take his wife out and spend 3 hours in Tahiti and totally escape his life. And the idea that people were doing this really, really appealed to me.
How about all that fabulous furniture in Shag's art? It's the real deal, like these George Nelson lamps, sure to swankify any house. You can get them here at Design Within Reach, or you can shop for vintage pieces at flea markets around the country, like we're about to do in Long Beach. So don't go away. Welcome back. You know, there's a flea market every Sunday in just about every town in America. This is a great place to shop for mid-century treasures, like we did recently in Long Beach, California. On SWANK, we'll visit the highs and lows of mid-century at flea markets, garage and estate sales, antique shows, designers and showrooms. We'll tour homes, tiki and googie palaces in the hotbeds of modernism, Miami, New York, Los Angeles, and Palm Springs. And we'll survey car design, graphic arts, housewares, even vintage clothing. Ladies, a great gift for your husbands for that outdoor barbecue. Let's get it going right now. For all you boomers out there, you probably remember the metal lunchbox that started in the 1950s. These have become very collectible again. In fact, the earliest designs, appropriately enough, were all about space-age atomic living. This wonderful era of colorful lunchboxes unfortunately came to an end in 1985 with the Rambo lunchbox, which appropriately enough was used by one kid in Florida to hit another kid in the eye, and there ended the era of metal lunchboxes. When you know it, I'm supposed to be doing a show. I couldn't help myself. I had to buy a couple of shirts. I mean, it's not every day you can find some shirts as hideous as this, and I got to add it to my hideous shirt collection. Thank you. Let's go. Love those flea markets. Remember, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Speaking of treasure, where did modernism begin? Well, at the turn of the century, a number of architects came from Europe to realize a new vision. One of them, Rudolph Schindler, came to California to work with Frank Lloyd Wright. The result? The very first modern home. We'll visit when we come back. Hey, come here. We got a treat for you today. The Rudolph Schindler House on Kings Road in West Hollywood. This is the first modern home ever built. Let's go. Schindler created the first home that was both indoors and out. There were 4 outdoor fireplaces, even 2 sleeping baskets on the roof. Swank will trace the development of the modern home and feature the masterpieces of Neutra, Frey, Lautner, Eichler, Wright, and, well, you get the idea. Now, Rudolf Schindler was a lot more than just an architect. He had a lot of ideas about living and philosophy that he incorporated right here into his outdoor living space. You notice he had an outdoor fire pit, but right here on a nightly basis, he would have a salon where he'd bring a collection of artists, dancers, and poets to exchange ideas and to entertain. It was really something much like Paris or New York in the 20s, and it was happening in a very young, fresh, new city called Los Angeles. Well, that's our show for today, and I am thoroughly swanked out. But be sure to tune in next time when we visit with the Dean of Architectural Photographers, 92-year-old Julius Schulman. We'll also see some gorgeous furniture at the LA Modernism Show, and we'll explore Googie architecture. I'd like to thank our hosts, Design Within Reach, here at Fashion Island, Newport Beach, California. To see all their furnishings, go to dwr.com. And remember, don't just beautify, swankify.